Bam, 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 bam. Hello, everybody. Hello, Blake. Hello, Smiley. Hello, Tech. Welcome on in. Happy Thursday. Hope you are having an excellent day. I really mean that. I was thinking about it in the car on the way home from work today, and I was just thinking about all of your days. I really was. I was kind of just my brain was imagining what each of your days look like. Like those of you that live near me, I was thinking about the snow you had to shovel today. I was thinking about the people who were working at home and how jealous I am of that. I was thinking about why my phone is ringing in my pocket from a spam phone caller. No, it's just it was one of those days. Your day was staring at Python. Tech, I can get behind that. In fact, I should have brought some stuff. Should have brought some stuff up. I think I would have preferred your day if that's what you were doing than what I was doing. Last night I was staring at code. Today I was staring at Windows. Like Windows setup screens, and for the first time in it's probably been 3 years, I did a Windows 7 to Windows 10 in-place upgrade, and it actually worked. I'm always pleasantly surprised when it works, which I will admit it worked more than it failed most of the time, but still, I always think it's going to fail. You'll take Python over Windows any day. I'm with you. It was interesting. At least I was upgrading Windows 7 to Windows 10 on an Apple. That's actually why I thought it was going to fail, because it was an Apple to begin with. But it didn't fail. It succeeded. It worked, much to my surprise. Part of me was going to do coding tonight, because I've been so focused on it lately. But then the Switch was open, so I grabbed the Nintendo Switch on the way down here, and I think I'm going to play Pokemon. I'm still in that whole I don't know what I'm doing with my stream right now, which is, it's a thing. But I had some successes last night. I'm going to talk through some things. I'll talk through a few things. First, I now have a Bluetooth. Hold on, I gotta move the Dots pretzel so I can find what I'm looking for. Literally have these things scattered all over my desk, and I can't find one. What is going on here? Where'd they all go? Handing them out like candy. So, yeah, I got one of these things, these ESP32C3s. I got one of them to act as both a transmitter of Disney Bluetooth codes as well as a receiver, another one to act as the receiver of Disney Bluetooth codes. I have not fully programmed in the meaning of all of said codes because I haven't figured out the meaning of all of said codes. But I have it working in this form factor as opposed to the Linux command line that we were using when we did it on stream like a month ago, and it works pretty dang well. I also ordered an SDI. I don't like using acronyms. Memory card, SD card reader writer. Yeah, well, so you're right on. You're right. You're thinking like I'm thinking. So the one that I have set up to receive, while that is the primary reason for it, is to code one for the dress, but the secondary reason is because it's going to be logging. I have one that I'm going to bring with me that will log every code it hears to an SD card, and it'll only log the Disney codes, so I don't have to sort through all of the the random iPhone junk that's in the air. And man, there's so much iPhone junk in the air, or Android or Microsoft. It doesn't matter what it is. Trust me, you like anybody out there that wants to be paranoid about what's all around you, go download either Light Blue or NRF Connect or BLE Hero, and just see how many devices are within range of your phone, and you will be shocked at how many things are transmitting something. And most of the time it's nothing. It's like a little beacon to connect or something like that, and everything you'd expect, but they're everywhere. I turned this thing on at the high school, and I had like over 600 devices within like a minute. It was just crazy, everything that was pinging. And they're like right now I'm showing I have 15 within immediate range of me, and it's going up as it finds things like my neighbors. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. I did have a question for tech specifically though. What do you use to make circuit boards? What program do you use? KiCad? I'm going to go look real quick at that. Do you like it? Like, does it do a pretty good job, do you feel? Do I have KiCad installed? I do not. Okay. So I haven't been here yet. Maybe we'll do KiCad on stream tonight. Yeah, so it's funny because I was using, I don't remember, and this is part of the problem, I don't remember exactly what I used. I think I used like some really cheap open source Java tool when I built my first board, and that was pretty easy because all I had was a few traces that needed to go into a few spots. This time I'm trying to be a little bit smarter about it though, and I have some more precision things that I want to do. And I started playing around with Eagle, which hasn't been all that bad, but also hasn't been great. I don't know how better to say it than that, other than that it hasn't been great. But I'll show you guys what I want to do. Because this is the other because of restrictions, yeah, because you can only do like 2-sided boards and stuff. And thankfully that's all I'm doing. But where did it go? It was laying here until. This is what I get for doing everything at my messy desk. I just make things disappear. Like checks that are sitting right here that I need to deposit. Oh my gosh. Maybe you should do a deposit money to my bank account stream. Where did it go? It had to be laying here. And I'm sure it can export out to things like the people who make the purple circuit boards. Who's Osh Park. This is really going to bother me. I can't find what I'm looking for now. I didn't put it back where it goes. Well, I'll just verbally tell you what I was going to do. So there was a circuit board in here, and you can see the mounting pegs right here in this Disney wand thing. They're mounting pegs, and there's a board that fits right here. Yeah. And then this is the other half, and this half has buttons. And that's actually what I'm trying to. So what I was going to do is I was going to make a replacement circuit board that has a mount point or headers for one of these things, because this is actually way smaller, like dimensionally speaking. Like it fits in there, and I need like a whole nother 2 inches of board to lay it on. So I was going to get like a little mounting bracket, put a board in there, have the board have the buttons on it, which that's a whole nother challenge in and of itself, because the buttons that had been there were like, yeah, no, exactly. It'll be, if it goes perfectly, it'll be the perfect, like, there's no visible difference in any way, shape, or form. Like, that's the design I have in mind. I just don't know if I can get it there. So I also need FreeCAD. Okay. Do I have FreeCAD installed? That one surprises me. I would have thought I had that installed. What can you do? 3D print an assembly bracket? Well, so the thing is like the spacing and all of it is so perfect, and they're opposite sides, that it just makes more sense to make a full-fledged board, because the buttons have to be on one side and the circuit board will have to be on the other, and then I have one or two other things that I'm going to try to squeeze in there as well, circuitry-wise, just to make my life a little easier, make it easier to get the batteries mounted in, that kind of thing, so that I don't have to tear it apart. Because the last time I did this, I tore one apart. That's in pieces around here somewhere too. I need to clean my desk. Like, this is utterly ridiculous. But my hope is that if I can get that all put together in like the next week or two, that I can finish the wand before I finish the dresses, and then send the wand down to Florida and have my parents take it to the park with a memory card in it, and then dump the memory card back to me so I can get that much more data to work with reprogramming things. But I don't know. I don't know if it would work out or not. But I don't know. How you doing, PK? I'm hoping to like really get this whole thing reverse engineered to a pretty high standard. We'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. What I really should do is reach out to the person that PK and I know that used to work at Disney and see if he somehow has a back door to any of the documentation that was behind the protocol that these things are relying on. Because that would be helpful. How you doing, Desmond? But we shall see. PCB Editor 6.0. I'm just opening it out here. Just start with the default settings. Hi, Charles. It's not really my latest. It's something. It's been an ongoing project, PK. Did I ever talk about the dress with you? Hey, Silverdown. Like, do you know about the dress? If I, like, the initial dress, the one that's leading to more dresses? Last month a bit? Okay, yeah. So, yeah. That dress was made in 2019, so it's been 3 years of Disney hacking. This is just Bluetooth level hacking. Okay, I'm going to put this on my screen, and then I'm going to bother Tech and make him... I'm going to make him tell me what I'm looking at. So... This is just a blueprint, right? Just a surface area. So at this point, I don't have a board, right? I do have a flipper. Where'd it go? In fact, I bought the flipper specifically for dress hacking too, and then was utterly disappointed when Disney decided to change from infrared to Bluetooth. Not that you can't use the flipper for Bluetooth. You absolutely can. My flipper's not down here. I don't know where it is. But yeah, I use my flipper all the time. They're in stock right now, Silverdown, or at least they were yesterday. I almost ordered a second one. So I don't really care about the schematic. I mean, everything I've seen has people building the schematic first. I feel like they're really good for amiibos. Aren't they like charging $200 these days for it, or is it more now? 'Cause I think I got ours I got mine during the Kickstarter for like 120. But 169 sold out. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, considering you can steal cars with it, I mean, it seems pretty cheap. They're back to being sold out though. That's a bummer though. Yeah, our whole group, like me, Cheppy, like a lot of the mods here on stream, we all bought them in the Kickstarter. So I've got one. Fourth Wind has at least one. Cheppy, I think, has two. They're nice, and I've used them a number of times at work to debug things. Like, for example, we figured out what was going wrong with a handicap door opener because we could see whether or not the handicap door opener was transmitting or not, which was interesting. I didn't know a lot of handicap door openers are wireless until that moment either, so a lot of them are battery powered, which seems weird for something that's supposed to always work, but in any case. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. I do enjoy them, and they keep getting better. But they're like unlimited amiibos. They're unlimited everything. So what I was going to say, Tech, is I don't really need circuitry. Is the thing. I just need to be able to draw paths to where I want the holes with some level of precision. So, like, I'm assuming. So yeah, front copper layout. But what actually determines the board? Like, I understand the layers. Footprint assembly on board's front. Like, that wouldn't be... And I think that's where I'm going to need the CAD, right? Like, I need a CAD file to actually do the outline of the board. Press A. Okay, I pressed A. Nothing happened. Big A. Little A. A. Loading footprint. Wait, something happened when I did that way. Make his friend keychain tags for his apartment door to get him. Yeah, no, I've done that. Yep, I've got a number of keychain things. Well, here. It's probably in here. It's not that one. Not that one. Let's see how smart this thing is. Does it have the Zio on record? Nope. 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 Okay, so let's do, Oh, yeah. No, let's do this. If it's got a package... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I see where you're going with this. How do I... Insert footprint import. Nope, nope, nope. I want to add... Well, yes, I have an idea. Hi, Cassandra. Because I already did import. Let's just try this for the fun of it. Let's see what this thing can import off the top of its head. Was that yesterday? 17th? No. Wait, it might have been the 17th, just the wrong file format. So much data. I'm gonna move this over here just in case I have something sensitive. I don't think I do though. That's not sensitive. That's not sensitive. Seriously, where was all this stuff that I did? Was that 16th already? Oh, it was. So I've got a BRD file and an SCH file. Can you open either of these? You can. Edit mapped to import layers. Yeah, so this isn't a DXF. This is Yeah, this is a BRD file, which in my other program, in Eagle, it gave me the thing. Yes. No, these are PCB files for this board, not for mine. I don't remember there being this many of them, though. Auto match layers. Okay. Hey, look at that. Ignoring a polygon since Eagle layer milling was not mapped. Okay. So there's this board. I don't know if that actually helps me. Is that what we wanted? I'm going to guess no. It's something. Well, so what I did in Eagle is I just wanted the hole markings, was my thought. Which might be the one layer that didn't come over here. But okay, let's do this. Let's go new again. That's not working out as planned. New. Discard changes. Okay, so I'm back here. I'm going to hit A. I'm just going to listen to you for a moment, Tech. And find a part that's like it. So let's just search for feather, because pretty much any feather is probably compatible with this thing. I don't know that for certain, but let's just pretend for the sake of it that it is a feather. So something like this, and say okay. Boom. Yeah, I should probably just find a tutorial. I shouldn't take up Tech's time. Tech wasn't like, I wanted to show up and help JJ with this tonight. You want an SMD footprint like you were looking at before. That looks like a board outline. Okay. What if I said this? I'm going to come at this from a different approach, and I think this is why my brain isn't happy about it. What would happen? What do I need to do to say that I want a 1-inch by 1.25-inch board to start? Like, it's not as simple as just drawing a rectangle, is it? Like, I can't just go like this at the right dimensions. Yeah, see, that's not... Because that's the milling layer, right? Just select the board cuts layer and draw a rectangle. Okay, so board cuts is looking, edge cuts. That sounds right. And then draw a rectangle. Let's draw a rectangle. Draw a rectangle with this button. No. It may need to be made of lines. Oh, okay, let's try that. Line, line. Click down a point. Okay, I click once. Okay, oh, now I don't remember it giving me numbers before. Let's try this again. So let's go 1 inch by 1 inch. Actually, let's just do what I said the first time. 1200 by 1000. Okay, it is in freehand. Yeah, so don't drag and drop. See, little things can literally throw you off for hours. Now, does it matter where I put it on here? Press Alt 3. Oh, cool. It rendered it. See, now I feel special. Okay, so now... Add a footprint. Pin header. I don't know where the normal pin header is these days. We want, how many pins are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Search for the same thing I searched. Well, so that was the chip, though. So like this. But okay, if you insist. I don't think I want the chip, though. But see, okay, so what if I... Let's just go with me on this, because maybe I'm missing something up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I do 1 by 7 vertical, why would I not want that? You can use headers. Oh. But... Okay, hold on. Alt 3. I just want to see what it gives me. Okay, so it's putting the actual part on there, which is not what we want. We want... But see, now can't I do this? Now can't I go add freestanding via here? Okay, I don't like how it's snapping me, but... So now this should be on both of these layers, right? So now if I go Alt 3... So now there's holes in my board, right? Oh, I like this program. I mean, that copper doesn't look really great there. Those aren't standard pinholes. Yeah, I'd have to... So then I have to adjust the pin size, I'm guessing. So we go into properties, set the mills on it. Right now, the mills are set to 31, which, yeah, that's going to be too small. Oh, not vias. Vias aren't what I want. You're right. No, vias are what I want. Wait. Yeah, I have one loose. Somewhere. Here, I'll just make one loose. I have plenty to play around with. This is what happens when you order, like, 15 of these things. They're just everywhere. Why? So what are these called then? Like, what are these holes? Ah, focus. Here. What are... I thought vias could be... like what are on the edge of these boards. Is that not true? Why can I not get that to focus? Stupid boards. There we go. Ah. It's really weird how bad I am at this, considering that I've done this before. The outside is castellated. Hold the board up to a breadboard. Do the whole line. Yeah, they do. I mean, I'm confirming that for you, but I'm certain they do. Yeah, they line up. They line up with the breadboard on both sides. For record, breadboard. Just indicating that I did in fact have one laying here. This one's a feather board, though. I like this board. I would love to take this one and hide it in Disney. But not going to do that. I would love to hide a circuit board somewhere in Disney just for the fun of it, but I have a feeling it'd get me in trouble. I don't know why. And you can use a header in KiCad's default parts that has a spacing of 2.54 to connect that board to the PCB you are designing. To connect that board to the PCB I am designing. So I hit A. Header. I don't want the 1 millimeter. You said 2.54, so that's these. So then I can get the 1.7. So it'd be this one, but what you're telling me... Oh, yeah, gosh. So you're saying grab this one so that I get the right spacing. Which makes sense. Oh, and that looks... Dimensionally, that looks more correct anyway. Because it does take up about, like, 75% of the board. So let's just say I want that there. And again, I'll have to get the spacing right. Copy, paste. Oh, interesting. It only copied the... If I don't need the extra holes, you should just leave them. I don't think you mean those two holes, the vias, right? And yeah, I'm not going to get rid of... I wasn't trying to get rid of them. I was trying to... I don't know what I was trying to do. So I need a ruler now. Does it still say I'm in Pokemon? No, I'm in just chatting. I know the title says Pokemon. I think I might do that. F Alt 3. I'm learning things. I'm gonna master parts of this. Wasn't it Alt 3? There we go. So that took care of putting the holes in, and I'm assuming that this part isn't actually going to show up in the final file, right? Although, if I could have them do this, can they do that? It's probably expensive. Could Osh Park, like, put these on there for me? That'd be awesome. You should put one down. Oh, that. See, now you're thinking. I like your plan. That's way easier than a ruler. Through hole is expensive because it's done by hand. Okay, then I won't do that. Okay, so there are... First set of pins are on hole 10. The second set of pins are on hole 4. Therefore, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pins between them, or 7 pins of different. This is literally a square? I'm not sure I believe that. Try to use the snapping to my advantage. Did that snap? There we go. Now it's snapped in place. So now, if I do this... That's centered. That works. So then we delete that. Should replace the lower header with one that doesn't overlap. Or remove it. Okay. I went with removing it because there shouldn't be holes there in the final design, right? Okay, this is the part where I save it because this is actually some level of progress. Much further than I intended. This was not what I intended to do on stream tonight, but I have to admit, I'm kind of enjoying it. I'll just put it in here. Breadboard. Okay. Okay, so I need a hole. So hole would be not that one, not that one, not B mask, paste, adhesive. What layer is that? Fab? Footprint? Nope. Oh, you know what I didn't? Was I supposed to load in? Yeah, I need mounting holes. Was I supposed to load in Oshpark's design thingy? Like I had to do an eagle? I forget what it's called, but I have it somewhere around here. Okay, I'll be fine without it. Okay, I'm trusting you on that one. So, not freestanding vias, not that, not route tracks, not add footprint, not a rat's nest. Look at the tools to the left of the layers. Is there one for a mounting hole? I can't remember. I mean, I can imagine circle qualifies. Add a rule area, keep out. Do. What's over here? Isn't it just a... This is what I'm confused about, though. Isn't it just a circle in the right layer? Like that? What happens if I look at that? Nothing. Just cut a big circle. Nothing. Board outline is missing or malformed. Well, that's good. So yeah, board outline should not have that. In Eagle, there was a layer for it. And I'm guessing there's still a layer in this one too. I'm just not seeing it. No. Paste, silkscreen, solder mask, explanatory drawings. You can put a circle and edge cut, but it cannot intersect the outline. Okay. But I don't think that's where it's supposed to go, though. It is supposed to go in edge cuts? Okay. Then let's do this. Let's zoom in. Let's, just for the sake of this, click. And then... just do that for now. And then we'll do this. We'll click into here. Then we will go to... properties. I want the radius to be 85 mils? That seems way... Well, is that too big? Yeah, it's not. It shouldn't be this close to the edge. You're not wrong on that either. Hold on. Properties. So... Oh, this is confusing me. Okay. I need to think about this entirely differently for a moment. We're going to do this. We're going to right click. We're going to go to... So we can't... I need better numbers. Da, 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 da. I just had the move tool. Where did it go? So that's 0, 0. No, that's X500. What is 0, 0 doing way over here? Okay, well, they're calling that 0, 0. So, nope, that's not wrong. I was right the first time. It's where my cursor was. Okay, so that's 0, 0. Okay, so then the circle... No, no, stop it. Okay, so we want this to be 85 mils at... one... Let's just do X 100, Y 100? That's not right. I want to get this right. One moment. Okay, first I'm going to change this to say engineering a board, because that is a better title than Pokemon. Okay, calipers, board. Okay, so let's have some fun measuring. Maybe. Let's see. So let's just see if I got everything so far right. So the board is 1.06 inches. So that's like 1,060 mils, right? So almost right. So let's have some fun. Let's fix things. So the X is 1,060. Not that that should matter. But, you know, stranger things have mattered. .264. 1,264 mils. Okay. And locked and okay. Okay, so that part's taken care of. Now we could try to measure the hole, which we're going to do two different ways. So the hole itself appears to be 100 mils wide. Go figure. Let's look at the peg. How big is the peg? I don't know what I just did, but whatever. The peg we can measure precisely. The peg is 0.79. I'm going to call it 0.8 inches, or 0.08, so 80 mil. So 80 mil peg, 100 mil hole. Sound reasonable? So what did we say? So we went 85 on the radius, so we're going to go 100. No, wait. Yes, we're going to go 100. 100 mils. Okay, now the question is, where is the center of that relative to the board? And it is only from the edge of the hole. It's 60 mils. Yeah, it's 60 mils from the edge of the board. So add 100 to that, so it's 110. I mean, dimensionally, that does not look right to me. That doesn't make any sense. The center is at 110. Oh, radius. So it has a radius of 50 mils. Sorry, I was measuring diameter. That makes me feel better. Ugh, math. Okay. Okay. So then we copy that, and we're going to do something a little silly. We're going to put 4 of them on here, even though we only need 2. Properties. So this would be I need to know this size again. Properties. So I should be able to do that math in my head, but I'm going to write it down anyway. So we're subtracting 110 from that, so 950 on the X. And we'll do 1264 minus 110 is 1154 on the Y. So X $950, Y $110. So those should be... That looks right. This should be X 950, Y 1154. And this should be the same. X 110, Y 1154. Okay, now that assumes a few things that I should not be assuming. The first is that it was the same distance from the edge on all of these. Which it is. Okay, that makes me feel a little better that they kept it square to the world. Probably double check my math by measuring to the other end of the board. Not the worst idea in the world. Measure twice, cut 8 times. Pretty sure that's the motto. 1150. Huh. Oh no. 11. Measuring circles is not easy. There we go. 1123, add 50 for the radius. So 1178. I mean, we're in the ballpark. 1154, 1178. And we've got an extra mils. 1120, 157. Yeah, I'm just sorry, I'm doing math in my head. 1720. So we might be a little off. Maybe I make the holes a little bigger to be safe. I don't know. Considering those pegs are 80, these holes being 100 doesn't look right now. Because they are in there as precisely as humanly possible. I feel like there should be a better way to do this. Okay. Yeah, 20% bigger is safe play. I don't disagree. Especially since I don't know how much I trust my calipers. I mean, I trust them. I just... Measuring a hole is not the easiest thing in the world to do. Okay, so... Presumably, I'm looking at the top right now, right? Also, let's hit save. It still doesn't like those holes. Oh, cool. Yeah, so it is just flipping between the top layer and the bottom layer. I'm gonna look something up real quick. Hmm. There's another option here. Just looking at. So I think you were saying this before, Tech. Yeah, so there are mounting holes in here. Which might actually be better for a different reason. Sorry, my brain is having a unit conversion problem in its head. Okay, well that seems oddly convenient. I don't really need the pads. Oh, that's cool. We'll leave it centered on the same number, although moving between mils and millimeters is not my preferred way of doing this. What just happened there? Stop. Hey, Kat. Thanks for the Prime sub. Hope you're having a good evening. We're doing something a little weird tonight. Designing a circuit board, of all things. 110. It wasn't what I had planned, but I'm not sure I had anything planned, so there is that. Yeah, you're not wrong, Tech. I entirely get that impression as well. Can't tell if that. Well, we'll check it a different way here in a second. I feel like I should have deleted the circle before I did that. Oops. Properties. 1101154. That looks good. How do I get at the circle now? Can I say hide all layers but active? Delete. Delete. Yeah, see, the mounting holes didn't get put in this layer. There we go. Okay, so show all show all layers. Show all layers. There we go. Hey, David, how's it going? Did you ever see the game Frozen Flame? I have not. How's it going, David? We're making a circuit board tonight, at least for the moment. I might switch to Pokemon. Now I'm questioning everything about this board. Hold on a sec. Where'd my sample board go? Well, that's a good question. Let's explain what I'm doing and why and all that. So Disney, everything ties back to Disney. Disney makes a product, or made a product, long, long ago. I don't know what I just dropped, but it disappeared in my keyboard. Oh, there it is. Put that over there. It looks like this. It's a little light up wand that they make, and this one's in pieces right now, which is why it's like missing its buttons up here and the battery thingy, but I've been taking it apart all night kind of thing. And in there was this circuit board that has the little light that goes all the way up to the top, and this piece comes all the way down here to the bottom, and it sits, you know, in here like this. I realize this is kind of tiny. And what I am attempting to do, not so much recreate this, but put my own inside this container to basically hide it from Disney and protect it for that matter, but also to hide it. So nothing nefarious per se. Just I don't want it to stand out. For a number of reasons. I want it to look natural. I want it to be, you know, fun. Tech, you're like 8 paths down where I want to be. So like adding the receiver so that it works with this stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that, and the IR codes for this are much better known than the Bluetooth codes are. That was hacked like 7 or 8 years ago. So I have an idea of what I'm putting into these wands. Minus the fact that I keep making them disappear in front of me. They are on my desk somewhere. Organization is apparently a flaw of mine. Seriously, I was literally showing it on camera a minute ago. I guess I'll just take out another one, that way I can lose it. It's not like I said, it's not like I don't have enough of these. Oh, there it is. And then I find the one that I was looking for. So this is the thing. So, you know what? I haven't given the whole spiel tonight about how this all works. So here, I'm gonna give a crash course in the history of what is happening here and why it's happening, and we're gonna take a trip down memory lane because why not? You know, it's half the fun. So I go to Disney way too often, and in 2016, I went to Disney World, and I want that photo. Can I have that exact photo, please? How come that's the preview for this gallery and yet it's not in here? Okay, so right here, you'll see my kids sitting in Disneyland waiting for the parade, and they're both holding one of these wands, right? And when Disney created these wands, I gotta explain what they're for. I had to buy them, and normally the cheap rinky-dink light-up stuff that you get at Disney parks, I avoid because they're overpriced and they just are blinky lights, right? Like I can build a blinky light circuit if I really want to look at a blinky light. But these, however, had an infrared transmitter in the top of them, which also happens to be this white LED on top. It's not white, infrared, but point remains. Okay, and with these wands, you could set a color on them and point them at the parade floats, and they would change the color of the parade float. You could also buy more Disney nighttime merchandise, like these ears, and you could point them at the ears, and it would change the color of the ears. All of that stuff was like integrated with the parade and with the night show, and Disney had a protocol that was part of all of their night shows, that when they put on a show, the ears would go with the show. And I loved this stuff. I loved that idea. I loved the idea that Disney could make things light up, right? And all of that fun stuff. And so I brought that stuff back from Disneyland and found out after doing some research on them and all that, it was, I got to fast forward 2 years. So that's 2016. Fast forward to 2018, and my family is planning a giant Disney vacation with all, like, my entire family, and we're going to go there, and I'm like, should I bring these wands? Like, I want to bring the wands. I just don't know if it makes sense to do because maybe they don't work. So I found out that, sure enough, the same technology that they had brought to Disneyland, they had brought to Disney World, and I'm like, this is awesome. How can I make it even better? And what I ended up doing, and I'll show you version 1, 2, and 3, and it's an iterative thing. I'm trying to find the photos here. That's why I went off the screen here while I'm digging through all this stuff. Too many photos. Those are the ears. Going to find them. I took a lot of photos on this trip, it seems. Is she wearing it in that one? Okay. So I'm having a hard time finding version 1. I made a dress. I don't want to make the story take longer than it has to. I made a dress, and actually, I did find version 1. Yay me. So this was version 1, and the first one had 2 high-power LEDs right here, just like the ears. And then, if you look closely, there are fiber optics coming off of those LEDs that go into the rest of the dress. And it was okay, but it had 2 really big problems. One, these fibers were hard to see in any level of lighting unless it was like pitch black, which Disney is never pitch black because people would trip and fall. And the second problem, and like, so here's like a photo of her in front of the castle in that version of the dress. And like, it created these 2 really bright spots like right here that were also kind of warm because those LEDs put off a good amount of heat. And so wasn't a big fan of that dress per se. It was a good first try, but it didn't work quite to the level that I wanted it to. So that was June of 2019, and then we went again the week before COVID started. We were there in March of 2020, and before we went on that trip, I changed up how the dress functioned. And I'm pulling up that photo because this was in my mind the heyday version of it. So this was version 2.0. I replaced the 2 really big LEDs with a bunch of little tiny LEDs. And again, these ears, the ones that Disney actually made and controlled, only had 2 channels of color. They had, a left and a right channel. So one string would run with one ear, the other string would run with the other ear, and it would go back and forth. And it was really slick watching this one go through the park. This is just an example of what it ends up looking like when she was at the park. And then I'll pull this one up too. This is her watching one of the night shows, and I could probably full screen it or whatever. But let's just jump ahead. So you'll see her dress reacts to whatever's going on in the show. So you'll see it fade out here with the song. And then in like a moment, it'll come back with whatever lighting Disney wants it to have. It's really, really cool thing to have. Worked really well with all of their night shows. I'd be walking through the park and I'd be zapping her dress with the wand, making it change colors. And you'd have like little kids saying, yes, GP. Like, did that dress just change colors? Did that guy just change that girl's dress color? Like, just fun little things that would happen as we were walking through the park. People complimenting my daughter on the dress, that kind of thing. And so we did that. That was, like I said, right before COVID, and was awesome. So fast forward 2-3 years, Disney puts the park through maintenance. Yeah, I know, GP. I'm interrupting myself. The parks go through a ton of maintenance, a ton of change as a result of COVID. They get rid of every night show that was there in 2019. So every major night show got revamped over COVID and got redone for the 50th anniversary. All of that changed. And when they did that, two things happened. One, they stopped selling any of this merchandise. And with that, they also removed all of the infrared transmitters. In fact, on my last trip to the park, I was walking around with one of these wands trying to see if any of them were working anymore, and I could only find a handful of transmitters that worked in Epcot, and none of them were working with the shows, anything like that, which was kind of like, okay, well, then what's the point in making another dress, right? You know, just having a light-up dress, sure, we could do that, but we wanted to, like, be magical. We wanted to do stuff with the show. We wanted to do all this. So, fast forward about 6 months later. This didn't happen right after COVID. It came about a little bit later. Disney introduced another gimmick to start, selling things. They introduced this. These are Magic Band Plus. Let's see if this one's on. Come on, are you on? Can I turn you on? Ah, there we go. They introduced this, and they added in, basically this is a Bluetooth, it's a number of things, but it's a Bluetooth device that they have the ability to make light up during shows again. So this actually does light up when you go to their various fireworks shows, and it's really silly because you wear it on your wrist, and you know where you don't look during shows? Your wrist. So it's basically glowing on your wrist for no reason. That's a whole different point. However, they did do two things. One, they switched to Bluetooth, which also, by the way, from an engineering standpoint, horrible idea. Bluetooth is slow compared to infrared in every way, shape, and form. Like, the amount of control they had over the dress was way better with infrared than what they could possibly have with Bluetooth. But they did this. They made this. And I was like, well, you know what? I can rip one of these things apart. Yeah, it serves its purpose, but it's not meant for this. Bluetooth is better for, like, direct connecting things. It's not meant to control 1,000 people's bracelets all within, a football field's range, right? Like, that's not what it's meant to do. In any case, they created one of these. I tore one apart. And I don't know if I took any pictures of this. I mean, I did. Sorry, I don't mean to do this, but work is calling. Hold on one sec. Oh, I don't like it when work calls me. Okay. So, okay, so I don't know. You'd have to go back and see some of these streams because I don't think I have these photos, but I'll see if I can pull them up here, or at least find a few of them. But we designed, with a little help from Cheppy and Tech, we designed a circuit that read in the data from a Magic Band and that read in the old technology as well. I wanted to have both technologies just in case I could find something that would work with the old stuff. And we made a hat. A nice little basic hat that didn't work as well as we wanted it to. Like, it lit up, and here, actually, I do have photos on my phone that I'll just hold up to the let me see if I can pull one of them up. Because this was, which trip was this? This was the November trip that I brought the hat down with me, so I got to go back just a little bit further. Where are the good photos? They should be in this photo set. So, I think I have a video one there. I don't know how well this will show, but you can see there. You can kind of see the way the hat is behaving or whatever. The camera doesn't capture it all that well, but it had blinky lights. It did its thing, and it kind of worked, but the circuitry for capturing the lights, we knew it was wrong. There was a right way to do it and a wrong way, and we overcomplicated it or undercomplicated it and tried to solve it with code, and Tech went to a lot of trouble to show me what the right circuit was, but there was no way I could implement the right circuit with what I had in the time frame I had, so we couldn't get it all the bugs worked out. The hat still worked, we just couldn't get it the way we wanted it to work. But we did do something on that trip that was productive. We brought this, a Steam Deck. We brought a Steam Deck to Disney and installed a program called Wireshark and brought a Bluetooth sniffer with us, and we recorded Disney's Bluetooth shows to the Steam Deck and brought the data back with us to Minnesota and brought it. I think we even played with it on stream the night we recorded it or whatever. But we got all this data. We spent a stream going through it, and I wouldn't say we've cracked the entire protocol, but at this point, I can now control, like, I can make this Magic Band. I think I didn't grab the right one. I can make this Magic Band, for example, light up any way, any normal pattern, like basic pattern. I have that level of control over broadcasting to these things. And I can read that level of broadcasting. And so what we've done is we've switched now to building the circuitry, all the circuitry we need to build the dress into one of these, which is an ESP 32C3 from Seed Studio. So I've started writing all the programming for this and getting this all working, but I still want to have wands like this to control the dresses and to record even more data while I'm at the parks. And so that brings us to what we're doing right now, and which is, I should have brought it back up on the screen here before I did that. Just ignore the IP addresses, you guys. No, but yeah, so what that brings us to what we're doing right now, which is I'm trying to build a very basic circuit board that I can put this on top of, that will then go inside here and fit, that has all of the additional stuff that I might need it to have, kind of thing. So that way I can get it ordered before my next trip. So that's the whole, like, more than you wanted story of where we're at. But the goal here, like the final goal, yeah, make a Twitch highlight of all that. The final goal of all of that is to hopefully get to the point where I have 4 or 5 dresses made for the first week in March that can all be controlled from wands, as well as can all be controlled by Disney, is what I'm trying to say. So that's the hope. It's not the world's longest time frame, but we got a little bit of time. If I get those circuit boards ordered by the end of the month, I think I can make it happen. So I wasn't planning on doing circuit board design tonight, but I made the mistake of installing the program Tech recommended to me, and now convincing Tech to help me through it. And yeah, it's going. I mean, we're getting there. And now I'm trying to clean up work problems real quick because technology doesn't always do what it's supposed to do. And I'm hoping this will be a nice quick thing to fix. But yeah, so that's the fun of it. It's just, and it's a little educational too. I like, every now and then I'd like to have streams where I feel like I'm doing something that isn't just gaming. Not that gaming can't be educational or that it's not quality content, but learning how to make a circuit board, that's fun. At least it is to me. But I'm also probably crazy. Okay, I'm going to send a message to this person and let them know that the problem is solved. Problem solved. Okay. Let's make that go away so we can get back to designing circuit boards. So yeah, that's what we've been doing. How about you? How's everybody else doing? I realized that I just ran off the rails there for whatever. So this is what it looks like right now, and that actually doesn't look half bad. Could give myself some margin of error here if I wanted. Let's see. Okay. So the only thing at the moment that I would like on this board, other than the mounting holes and these holes, are the push buttons. Which I'm kind of surprised they don't have this in there. Button, switch, piano slide. So Tech, I'll if you're still listening, if you didn't get bored through all the recap, the original board had these. Yep. And those I could not find on Amazon. I could find on DigiKey, but they all said something along the lines of not meant to be soldered onto board, meant to be, like, they had a different name. No, you didn't. You didn't derail, David. I needed to do that at some point this stream. um. Plus, I was getting to a thinking point anyway. No, they. The way they described it was that it had to be. Well, actually, they didn't describe how it was supposed to be attached, but it almost looks like they're like taped on here, like glued on. Like there's a piece of like you can kind of see it. There's a piece of plastic over the top of them, and all of that. And then of course the circuitry is like built into the board, right? My thought was they don't have to be this. I don't think. I think, and so I went shopping online, and maybe there's something better than this, but I'll show you what I got. Well, here was my thought process on that tech. This is what the button looks like. There is some play in the button itself. So there's some good distance there to begin with. And then on top of it, I could cut off that pressure point. Like I could cut it down another, like I could cut it down to the fins pretty easily. Right? And have it still function the way it's supposed to function, kind of thing. So I was planning Yeah, let me show you what I ordered that I think will work. I'm hoping will work. So I ordered this kit on Amazon, and it's this one in like this one right here in particular that I'm thinking I'd like to use. If not, this one. Just throwing it out there as workable. I figured one of these ought to be usable. And if my measuring was right, I think this one might even be usable without modification. I'm hoping. And I love how there aren't really units on this, but they call it 0.8 millimeters, right? So at least I assume these are millimeters. 0.8's pretty thin. That's almost as thin as this dome. I mean, not quite, but it's pretty thin. So that's what I'd like to try. 4x4 by 0.8. I kind of wonder if I build this board entirely symmetrical, if I could set it up so that it will work either rotation. It's not a bad idea. Although I'd have to be really smart about my pin choices. Voltage would be a problem. So yeah, maybe not. Can't just flip where the positive and negatives are. That doesn't work. Why am I in this screen? I don't want to be in this screen. I want to be in this screen. So switch. I mean, I was hoping they'd have something. Buzzer beeper, opter device, package. Here, let's just collapse package. Connector pin. Nope. Buzzer beeper. Nope. Opto device. Nope. Don't think so. Don't think so. Resistor? No. Capacitor? No. Diode? No. 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 Inductor? No. Probably not. Mounting hole? No. Maybe it is one of these packages that I'm skipping over. Connector. Test point. Ooh, more test points. Button switch. That sounds closer. Not going to be a slide, though. These are all slide switches. Let's try these. These are all... I don't know what they are. Do. Tiger beam, Costa finger. Nope. So many components. So what am I taking you away from at the moment, Tech? Since I pulled you into this. I feel bad. I'm going to have to send Tech another gift or something. I don't know. What do I send you? New computer. Old computer. New old computer. Do. You would think this would be an easy thing to find, but... we might have to design our own. So, at this point, though, it should be as simple as we hit page down. And then we, I assume, draw from here to button, right? And we make these traces, I don't know, super wide. Let's just go 20 mil. I don't know, do you do this? Whenever I do this stuff, I make like way too much. I make the traces way too big. I don't know why. Finish up the script to allow modifying the high score data on Hydro Thunder. I've got it cracked now, and I'm just making it user-friendly. Nice! We're all doing technical stuff tonight. So it won't be long now before you hold the world record for every track, right? All by like 1/10 of a millisecond. Because you don't want people to think you cheated. So you got to be like, I just beat everybody like by this really small random amount. It's the right way to do it. Start some controversy. You know, have the camera die midway through your run. Pull a dream. No. Okay. What else do I want? I probably want pads. No, because I'm not using power anymore. But I will want pads for the LEDs. That's a good idea. We could do that. LEDs and the buttons. And maybe the data. Data would be good too. Interesting. I don't know if I have enough room for the data. I didn't calculate that. Bad news from here. All Hydro Thunder speedruns will have to be filmed. Good news, I've cracked the database. Nice. Sounds about right. There's a speaker in this thing, too. Should I hook the speaker up? What can we make the speaker do? Do. That would be fun, though. Hook the speaker up and then... Because it made like a magic wand sound. Wonder how hard that would be to do. I don't know how... How hard is it to play sound with the Arduino? Play sound with Arduino. Well, there's a library for it. I've never actually tried to use a speaker before. What is an LM386? Ah, that's an amplifier. I'm guessing you can't just use the Arduino to power a speaker. I don't know enough about speakers. Can I plug a speaker directly into an Arduino? Need at least a 120 ohm resistor in line with the speaker for a direct connection. Of course, it will not be as loud. Then you are not. Best results, you need to use a transistor and a capacitor to connect your speaker. Connecting an 8 ohm speaker to an Arduino. Oh, but that's for an 8 ohm. You really need a power amplifier. You can connect a small piezo speaker. I don't know if this qualifies as that. I don't think it is. Actually, it might be. Maybe not. What kind of speaker is that? It might. Now I gotta Google it. It kind of looks like it's not the small one with the little hole in it. I mean, was there an amplifier circuit on here? Oh, I think there was. Yeah, they had a small little amplifier on here. Interesting. Maybe I need to add an amplifier circuit. Put a whole MP3 shield in here. It's a portable MP3 player. That'd be funny. I don't know enough about speakers. That's all there is to it. I just don't know. I've never tried to power one. I've never tried to build an amplifier. Can I hook a speaker directly to Arduino and have it play sound? I mean, I know this isn't an Arduino, but... Yeah, everybody adds additional circuitry. I'm thinking it's probably not a good idea. I'm curious, but it's probably not a good idea. Oh, but I found somebody who's done it. I'm going to show you how to play sound audio from the output pins, no op amp, no transistor. Limit the current draw, that makes sense. Da, da, da. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, it's doable. It is doable. Maybe not recommended, but doable. And there are libraries for it too. Well, add that to the list of things I might want to add into this thing. Okay. And do I make room for an infrared pin? I don't know. Part of me wonders if I shouldn't try to design the entire board like this and give myself all that extra circuitry space to do even more crazy stuff with. I just don't know if it's needed. But, you know, more room the better kind of thing. I also got to figure out how to get the USB-C port to the surface of the circuit. But okay, well, I'm going to save this. This was a good help. Thank you, Tech, for the assistance on this. I feel like I should go fishing in Terraria for like one moment. I went to all the trouble of bringing the Switch down here to play Pokemon. Didn't play Pokemon. I don't know what else I can get done from down here tonight. Not a whole lot. Is it worth the $5 to just order this board and see if it works? Like the placement of it? I should at least get the buttons positioned. That's my favorite thing. If you guys aren't familiar with Oshpark, and I don't know, Tech, if that's who you use or if you use one of the other ones, but it never even crossed my mind that you could get these things printed until I did it and get them like in 10 days and have them look professional and quality and purple, which is just hilarious. And it's really not all that expensive in the scheme of things. Ooh, that's a good idea, Tech. I didn't even think to do that. That's a really good idea. Cut it out, plop it in, see what the... So does that... Can I do that from here? Like, file, print. Yeah, look at that. Scale 1:1. Interesting. I'm going to do that. I'm going to print this and... move it to the center just for the fun of it. I got to go through and change all the labels, though, too. I got to make them all pretty labels and That's my other favorite thing. The fact that it does silk screening. It's just fun. Putting your own text on circuit boards. The things that bring me joy. Let's just select all. Black and white, print border, and title. Actually, let's not include the silk screens. Print preview. Still included. What layers are those on? User comments, maybe? Let's try that. Nope. Okay, let's just figure out what layer they're in. Oops. No. No, 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 no. Redo. Redo. Okay. Clicking buttons I shouldn't be clicking. Okay. Click. Okay. So it's fab. F-fab is what it is. F-fab and F-ma... Nope. F-silk screen. Yep. Okay. Print preview. Looks clean, so I should be able to cut that out. Print to upstairs brother. Hopefully it's online, even though it says it's not. Actually, I wanted to talk about that too. Last night, stream didn't end well because I lost internet, and I lost more than internet last night. I didn't even realize what had happened entirely, and I still don't entirely know what happened. But we lost stream, and I got things back online, or I got back online. But what I didn't know when I got online last night was that my desktop connected over wireless directly to my router, which is not how I like to be connected. I'm normally hardwired. And what I found out after stream was that I think one of my switches went bonkers and took my entire network down. Like it must have been like a broadcast storm or something of some sort. Because as soon as I unplugged it and plugged it back in, everything else came back to life. But I had to go like around my house, unplugging and plugging components in, trying to figure out what component was causing all the trouble. And I could not for the life of me find it. And it turned out it was actually the switch right in the office here with me. And I have no idea how that happened. It's very strange. I guess we'll wrap up. I can be done. Beta's playing Sonic Frontiers for the second night in the row. Fair enough. I will literally die if I don't play more of this game. I'm hoping that in the not-so-distant future we'll be doing Sonic Frontiers here for a little while as well. I'll wait till Beta's done streaming it. Hey, Andor from Family Friendly Live is live. That's an option. I'm just looking to see who we got to raid, if anybody. Should fire up Terraria. Go fishing for 1 second. Sonic is that good? It's good to know. Maybe it'll be... I think I can honestly say I've never beaten a Sonic game. Maybe that should be the first Sonic game I beat. Because I don't think I've beaten any of them. I've never owned a Sega, so I never had the opportunity to beat them. You guys are really getting those stars tonight. Do. Yeah, we'll probably raid Andor. General, back, multiplayer. Well, let's at least catch one fish. Someone needs to. I mean, that's what they're there for. Give you something. It's kind of like that Pokemon community game. I've been debating. You guys all seem to really enjoy that over at Ninja's stream. I'm confused. Does the server pause when nobody's logged into it? It must. He doesn't have any fish for me. Well, I guess I can't even do a fish. That's a tragedy. Yeah, I guess that's a good thing, because otherwise the whole world would be hollowed or whatever, right? It's good to know, though. I didn't realize that it didn't... it's not like Satisfactory, where I wake up the next morning and everything's built for me. Ah, is what it is. Let's just talk through the next 24 hours real quick before we get the raid on here. Tomorrow's stream will be early and probably short, because I have board games, I believe, in the evening. Saturday night is community night. I don't know what we'll be doing. Part of me wants to do Switch games again, but something other than Mario Kart. I just don't know what. Maybe I'll go buy Splatoon or something like that. That could be fun. Or we could do golf. GP has been asking for golf, so we should probably do golf. And I have nothing to say about Sunday other than it'll probably be a late stream. Or an early stream. I guess that's how it always works out. It's either early or late. It won't be on time. And it'll probably be Valheim. Because that's what we're doing. And I'm losing my mind. So let's just start the raid, and then I'm going to go crack some more Bluetooth and go see what my printout turned out like and see if it... how close we were to measuring things correctly against the one we already have. So again, Tech, appreciate all the help tonight. David, thanks for stopping by. Guys, if you don't know David V. Kimball, check out his channel as well. I should probably have done that. Shout out David V. Kimball. There we go. Actually, can you do both raids and shoutouts at the same time? Apparently you can, but now I don't know how to trigger the raid. In any case, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, probably early-ish, as early as I can get it, 5:30 maybe, and then we'll be on the shorter side. And with that, stay healthy, stay safe, and until next trip, see ya.